Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Welcome to day 21 of the CARWYN Cellars can vent box. Today's beer is an exciting one, and it's by these guys here. Working title Brew Co. out of Brisbane, Queensland. It's called Red Snow, and it's their Toasted Pine Double Red. So every year, or the last few years anyway, they've done a toasted native pine ale, similar to this, but probably more like West Coast IPA leaning, or maybe like, I don't know. It's similar to this anyway, but yeah, just pine for days. And I'm a huge piney boy, so oh, hay fever, here you go. So yeah, 8%, and yeah, known as a toasted pine double red. It says on the back, a toasted native pine infused double red, loaded with caramel malts, citrus hops, pine, and Christmas cheer. Cheers, Fusel, and cheers, Joe. Good to see you, boys. So yeah, looking forward to this one. I'm a huge fan of pine forward beers, and yeah, this is going to rock my socks. If I know it's as good as the ones I've had previously, look out. Cheers, Henny. So I've got my CARWYN Cellars can vent glass. And it's funny because I just happened to put this hat on this morning. Like, quite often when I do reviews, I'll match the hat or the glass to the beer or the brewery. But this one I just randomly chucked on. So I had the white shirt. I'm like, white shirt, white hat. I'm like, oh, hello. We've got a working title beer. Cheers, Dan. Good to see you, mate. So let's pour it. Get stuck in. So yeah, this will be my first Saturday beer. First of many. Unfortunately, just the smaller can, this one. In previous years, when they've just released it for sale, not in the box, it's been in the bigger can. But yeah, pours a really dark red, like a dark amber. It looks darker in my camera. It's got more of a red tinge in reality. I would say probably medium body, one finger head. It's like slightly sort of murky, cloudy. Cheers, Stewie. Good to see you, mate. And yeah, there's not much carbonation to it, but it looks pretty nice. Looks like it's very like caramel toffee forward. Let's go a whiff. I want to smell forest. Hmm. So it smells like a combination of like Christmas trees and caramel. So yeah, huge like caramel toffee backbone. Like yeah, biscuity as well. There's a little bit of citrus there, like maybe some grapefruit, some orange. But yeah, the pine's massive, like spruce tips, piney, woodsy, resin. Cheers, Slurpee. Good to see you, brother. God, it smells good. I feel like with pine in beer too, it's like either a love or a hate thing. Most females, because of the difference in the palate, they don't like bitterness. They don't like this sort of beer. So yeah, it's quite sweet with the malt backbone. I don't know what the IBUs are going to be like, but there'll definitely be some bitterness in there, but it's probably not real full on. Some beers you can just smell for hours, Slurp. Anyway, as Slurp said, are you going to drink this beer? Yes, I am. Cheers, boys and girls. Ooh, yes. It's got a huge base to it. Yeah, like sticky toffee, biscuit. That caramel's awesome. I just think like big caramel body and pine just goes so well together. The citrus is there, but it's just sort of in the background, dancing around. You're getting like a floral character too, because yeah, like the pine's so intense. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some like spice additives. It's definitely got that like Christmassy, almost like the sort of spices you'd use in like a Christmas pudding. Yeah, definitely, Joe. And yeah, as far as the ABV goes, 8%. I feel like if I was tasting this blind, I'd probably say it's even stronger. It's got a little bit of booze to it. As far as mouthfeel goes, it's probably fuller than it looks on appearance. Like it looks, I don't know, probably like medium. But yeah, it's like quite full in the mouthfeel. I don't know, with these sort of beers, if they use like oats or that sort of stuff as well. But woo! It feels like it's already gone to my head. I like that last video you did, Slurp. Um, the new brewery that you went to on the Isle. He's a very lucky, like, for such a like remote, small area. He's got plenty going on as far as beer and food and that goes. It's good. He seemed like a good fella. Yeah, it'd be a bit of a nightmare too. Like every time he wants to get the tap room going, he has to move all the equipment. Here we go. Did You've been watching much of the cricket, Slurp. We're playing the Indians currently, and there's this one guy in the side for India, and he's just an absolute flog. It's like he's just in the team just to like stir the pot. He's like walking down the crease, looking at the batsman in the eye, and then turning the bails around. It's just like, oh, who is this guy? That's cool. Probably because I reckon I had about 3 hours sleep. God, I miss the days when I was like not a shift worker and younger, and I used to just go to sleep and wake up good every day. I can't even remember those times. Yeah, they're always good tests. I was watching a show the other day where a few of the Aussie boys were talking about some of the experiences they've had playing in India and Pakistan. Some of the crowd behaviour and the interactions and that they've had, like they've got some wild stories. Pretty full on. Cheers, Adam. Cool. Did range fly the flag for us well? Is the sure shot range, is that the one that's it's probably the one I had recently. Has it got a devil or something on it? No, but I would like to. I'm a sucker for a good barley wine. I'm really hoping in this pack or the mountain culture pack there's a barley wine to finish it off. A big bourbon barrel aged barley wine will take me to heaven. You'd love this beer, Adam. Huge, like toffee and pine red ale, double. Or when I say red, it's like a red IPA, pretty much. Double red IPA, 8%. Pine for days. Yeah, it's like very toffee forward and a touch of citrus, but I know how much you love the reds. Yeah, bloody oath. It's a good day out. I remember when I first went to a cricket game in Sydney. Like I've been to a heap of Melbourne ones, but went to one in Sydney and it was with my one of my best mates from school. And it was the first interaction I'd had with his older brother. And we got there and his brother was like loose as. He was that sort of fella like, yeah, like he was in a good job. He was like an intelligent bloke, but he just had that real rebellious side to him. And we'd only just got there. And within about 20 minutes, he's just like, okay, boys, it's that time of the day. He jumps into the members part of the ground and then just starts running on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, shit. But he didn't actually get kicked out of the ground. He went missing for ages and then, yeah, just come back and sat with us like nothing had happened. One thing I used to do for Australia Day every year, we used to have a 1 day competition with like local teams, the best of all the local leagues. And what we'd do is one of my mates had a Toyota Hilux. We used to just load it up with as much grog as possible. We'd back it in up against the fence and we'd have couches sitting up on the tray and then like this huge esky just sitting in the middle of us. And it's always like really hot weather then too. Be sitting there in like shorts and a singlet and like zinc on our faces and we'd have the tunes going as well and just be like chilling, absolutely smashed, watching the cricket and that all the boys playing and be like real jealous, going, "Oh, I want to do what you guys are doing." I remember one year I got so loose. I don't know why, but all of a sudden we were just in our underpants kicking the football. Ah, shit. Good times. BMW. Yeah, cool. I've been at some of Warney's big games. I got a feeling I was at Warnie's 700th wicket. Yeah, I was at one of his big milestone games. Oh yeah, yeah. One of our mates in the US has got a bottle of that, dude. He's what he said as he goes, the first of my beer tuber mates that comes and hangs with me. He's in Florida, right? And he goes, the first of my beer tuber mates that comes and hangs with me gets to share the bottle with him. But yeah, he's just so far away from anyone else. But one of our mates that's in Canada is apparently planning a trip. So they reckon it's going to be him and Drewy sharing it. Yeah. He got his bottle for cost price pretty much just because he's friends with the guy that runs a store that just happened to have a bottle, and he's like, oh, you can just have it for cost price. Yeah. See, I've been to like quite a few like bachelor parties or bucks trips or whatever. I don't know what you call them in the UK and the US. And quite a few of them have been like cricket related, like going to Boxing Day. We always have a huge Boxing Day test here in Melbourne. And there's been quite a few years where it's been the Ashes, Australia versus England. One year we got real loose. We watched about an hour and a half of the cricket, and then we went to like a topless bar across the road, and it wasn't even that good of a bar. Like it was pretty average, but the atmosphere with there was intense because there was so many Aussies and so many Poms, and there was just this like huge banter between the two, and then in the middle you just had girls getting around with their boobs out. Oh shit. So yeah, most people just ended up staying there, and like yeah, I just remember the pub made like such a roaring trade, like it was insane. Anyway, back to the beer. That's what I love about these live reviews, just talking absolute nonsense. It's good. So piney. I love it. Hashtag epic amounts of pine. Shout out to my mate Paul at PA Brew News. So yeah, the body lived up to the hype. Huge like caramel toffee, sweet, sticky. Yeah, like pretty robust. Like as far as the ABV goes, I'd say it like drank even heavier than what it was. It was an 8%, but it drank more like a 9 plus. Yeah, it had a little bit of citrus character, like some grapefruit, some orange. Yeah, like the pine was massive, huge, like pine resin, like a woodsy sort of character. Here's one of the dogs. Yeah, like floral. Like it had that sort of. Sometimes it'd be like your drinks like a damp forest, but this was more of like a dry, like dry spruce tips and woodsy sort of character. Bitterness was probably moderate. Starts off sweet. It's a little bit dry, but yeah, the balance was pretty good in it as well. Um, Score for this one. I'm going to say a 4.6. I think it's unreal, but it's not quite as good as the original one they did. I think with the original one, they just went above and beyond with the whole pine thing. Yeah, like it's unreal. It's definitely it'd be one of the best beers in the box so far, no doubt about it. Yeah, 4.6. I'm happy with that score. God, my dog's like scratching about 100 mile an hour. So yeah, red snow, toasted pine double red, 8% by Working Title out of Brisbane. Yeah, these guys, I've actually got another pine ale from them. I think it's a pine Cali IPA, which will be similar vein to this, but just a different malt backbone, different hops. Yeah, so I've got that and a few other beers. I've even got a mead from them. They're all Christmas inspired. It was like a little 4-pack Christmas box. So yeah, I'll be reviewing them probably, maybe even Christmas Day, one or two of them. Cool. I think I've had that beer before. I haven't had an Amundsen for ages, but yeah, back in the day, I had a shitload of them. Yeah, just missed out again, brother. So yeah, I'll wrap this up, and my next beer is a New England IPA from Mountain Culture. I'll be starting that review straight away because I'm already running over time with this one. So yeah, appreciate everyone chiming in. It's been another good stream. It's funny how like yeah, just luck of the draw and time difference and that. Sometimes you'll go live with these reviews and no one's around, and then other times there's heaps of people. So yeah, good old YouTube and the algorithm. Cheers, boys and girls, and I'll be back shortly.